Don't let the grasshopper mindset steal your potential. What does this mean? The grasshopper mindset is the mindset that the Jews adopted when they saw opposition. They said we were like grasshoppers in their sight. You see, the natural world has its influence on every one of us. We are the ones to put it off. We're the ones to say, no, I won't let that dominate me. In Colossians 3:23-25, it says, whatever may be your task, work at it heartily from the soul as something done for the Lord, not for man, knowing that it is from the Lord that you will receive the inheritance, which is your real reward. Now that we're looking at the grasshopper mentality, I want you to know that when you have thoughts like, see what I've done for them, see what they're doing to me, such thoughts produce self-pity. And it's born out of belief that we should expect from people we serve to do good back to us. If they don't, we have every reason to take offense. Self-pity and faith don't work together. It's encouraging if they appreciate what you do and say so, but if it's not been acknowledged and praised, should you go cold and bitter? What is bringing this about? Let's see the scriptural example of belief fueling our actions, contrary to faith and obedience to God. It's found in Numbers 13 from verse 26. They came to Moses and Aaron to tell all the Israelite congregation in the wilderness of Paran at Kadesh, and brought them word and showed them the land's fruit. They told Moses, we came to the land which you sent us. Surely it flows with milk and honey. This is its fruit. But the people who dwell there are strong, and the cities are fortified and very large. Moreover, there we saw the sons of Anak of great stature and courage. Amalek dwells in the land in the south. The Hittite, the Jebusite, and the Amorite dwell in the hill country, and the Canaanite dwells in the sea along the side of the Jordan River. Caleb quieted the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we're well able to conquer it. But his fellow scouts said, we're not able to go up against the people of Canaan, for they are stronger than we are. So they brought the Israelites an evil report of the land which they had scouted, saying, the land through which we went to spy it out is a land that devours its inhabitants, and all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. And then they said, there we saw the Nephilim, the sons of Anak, who come from the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, so we were in their sight. The question is, where did the grasshopper mentality come from? Well, maybe from the days of slavery in Egypt. So a lot of things in your past have made strong impressions on your subconscious mind. And it's only when challenges come that they show up. And a lot of people do not know that they have a role to play in getting rid of those kind of thoughts. Is it going to be easy? No. But it takes you admitting to yourself that this exists and the word of God is contrary to that. And I'm going to knock it off by prayer, by faith, and by action to show that I have been delivered from it. You see, it is known that up to the age of 6, our minds are not able to filter anything good or evil. We just take them all in. They had seen the Red Sea split into two, the Egyptians perish in the sea, the pillar of cloud by day and night. Miracles or demonstration of power doesn't always produce a change of belief. I mean a permanent one. It can inspire changes, but the decision has to be made. Take note of how the company we keep can also help in reinforcing the beliefs in us. It's on record that when we fellowship with people, their beliefs tend to awaken in us some beliefs we had beforehand. Many who flock together tend to have some common beliefs after a while. So it's important we understand this. So in Numbers 14, 1-11, I don't want to read all of that, but you can read it at home. We see that the people they disqualified themselves from the provision God had for them. Old experience generate beliefs that can hinder us from making progress in our faith journey in life. We need to identify the beliefs at work in us. Watch your thoughts and actions to identify the beliefs that generate them. The lesson here is this: how we see ourselves affects how we behave and our expectations in life. Others value us as we value ourselves. A low self-esteem puts the ceiling on our potential. We can see so many stories in the Old Testament about David and his men at Ziklag. They wanted to stone him, but he encouraged himself in the Lord. I want you to start seeing yourself the way God sees you. And it's not easy. That's why I recommend daily confession of the word. I'm who God says I am. I have what God says I have. And I can do what God says I can. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You see, sometimes when we say these things, we think we're trying to say it so that the enemy can hear. No. The real person who needs to hear it the most is ourselves. To change that subconscious mind. Christ in you is the hope of glory. The word hope has to do with the future. So the future manifestation of God's glory in your life is to the extent to which you allow Christ to be formed in you.